found a way for me to use it. If you definitely want a video on how I created this inline filter, this is a regular inline filter that's for your local water, obviously, but it is for filtration, like your ice box or your drinking water inside. And I found some really good cost-efficient filters online. Let me know, folks, if you guys want a video on that. Well, let's get right into this recipe. So our neem seed meal, guys. Okay, you guys, for this recipe today, so we are going to need our neem seed meal. I love using Down to Earth. That's one of my favorite companies to use. Besides that, we're going to use some Dawn soap. And if you've been keeping up here with my channel, you guys know that I always love incorporating a good purification system like this inline filter that I created here. I basically just had to figure out all these attachments that go to this, but this purification system, it is an inline filter for your local water source, which is usually used for an ice box or a refrigerator or anything like that. The whole point of this, we want to remove any bad toxins in our local water source that could have any bad impact into our plants. It's always good to start with a good, excellent water source like this. It's really going to help you out throughout the way in your garden, and especially if you're watering your local water and you've just been using your local water, you're definitely going to start seeing improvements once you start watering with this filter. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to get a little bit more in depth on how I manufactured and got all these other parts that go to this inline filter. I did find a really awesome price. Another option to use is Boogie Brew. Boogie Brew creates an awesome charcoal inline filter similar to this, but it is already basically a plug and play and get right to it. But this one does take a little bit more manufacturing, but at the end of the day, it's completely worth it, guys. This filter, I ended up buying 2 of these bad boys right here for around 12 bucks. Can't beat it. Boogie Brew is a little bit more, but like I said, if you don't want to struggle, go ahead and go get yourself that Boogie Brew filter. Well, you guys, first step here is to start with the good purification system, as we are doing right now. Let me put this back on the tray. And today is my watering day. For those who like to stir up the tea, today is my local watering day here. So we are watering all of our trees. Well, let's get right to this recipe. So for this in particular recipe, you guys, let me fix my microphone. We are going to use around 1 tablespoon for 5 gallons, okay? You guys want to break it down into less, maybe into a gallon or so, go ahead and do the math, and you can go ahead and break that down. But we are using 1 tablespoon for 5 gallons of water, okay? This, we have some Dawn soap here. We're going to go ahead and put 1, 2, 3 squirts of Dawn soap. Now, as you guys can see, we also have some peppermint. This is what's going to separate this recipe from most of the recipes you are going to see. I like to use peppermint because peppermint is also a good insecticide when used properly. And that's exactly what we're gonna do here today, okay? Later on, I'm gonna be making guys more videos on all my pest control videos, but this is one of my main teas that I like to incorporate here into my garden, okay? So we got about a bunch of peppermint. You guys could always go find this peppermint at your local grocery store, or if you want to grow it yourself, that way you have it on hand whenever you need it. You guys could always go buy a plant of this, and it works really well. And that's basically it, you guys. Besides this, you can let it sit and stir it up about every 5 to 6 hours. Go ahead and give it a stir. But in my case, I love to aerate my system. with the air pump, and that's exactly what we're gonna do today, you guys. So let's move on to the next step so I can show you how I'm gonna go ahead and brew this awesome neem oil and Dawn soap peppermint tea that I made here today. Okay folks, as you guys can see, I just incorporated my air stones into the system, and I definitely got to say I really enjoy using the aeration process, because it really stirs up everything really good and gets everything moving and mixed how I like it. And besides that, doesn't give me any bad chance or possibility of incorporating any bad micronutrients that I do not want. So here's my air pump, you guys can see, and does have its 6 air stones with its hoses. I did purchase this air pump right here online. It did come with this part and this part right here, but I did have to get me these hoses and the air stones and all that good stuff, okay? But that's basically it, folks. Like I mentioned before, you definitely can use just the sitting process, but I don't think there's a better way of doing it than doing it this way right here, okay? That's basically gonna be it, folks. We're gonna go ahead and let it brew for 24 to 42 hours, and after that process is done, then we'll start applying it into our plants. And like I said, you could use this for anything and everything, you guys. You guys could use this for tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchinis, your peppers, any trees you guys have, citrus trees, fruit trees. It really don't matter, okay? You can use this for everything. Well folks, that's pretty much it. After this is done, if you did follow the burlap bag process, you could just go ahead and empty this into a sprayer container and go ahead and start spraying right away. But besides that, you guys definitely don't want to start spraying this this foliage spray we created today when it's really hot, okay? You're gonna want to go ahead and wait till everything till it's really cool at night. You're gonna want to go ahead and apply this in the night, okay? So that's about it. Well folks, I really appreciate everybody who's been here on my channel, subscribing, giving me that those big thumbs ups, and turning on those post notifications. Remember, here with Growing Everything Green, we have a whole bunch of new videos coming out for you guys, so remember, stay tuned for those. Happy growing here with Growing Everything Green. I'll catch you guys on the next one.